It's week 4, day 28 of my full-time spinal rehabilitation. Here's my status update. I went in the cold tub 4 times on Saturday. So usually I do a hot, cold pattern and repeat it 3 times. This time I did it 4 times. The last time that I was sitting in the cold tub, I was anxious to get in the hot tub because I'm like, hey, it's over with. And then the thought occurred to me, well, what if we do it one more time just because you don't want to? And so because I'm a sadist, I did it one more time. I'm proud of myself. I'm not feeling great today. I'm tired and still kind of somewhat depressed. But if I only make these videos when I feel good, then they wouldn't be authentic. And it doesn't really make a lot of sense for the guy who's making the videos, who's suffering from chronic pain, to always be happy, right? That just doesn't make sense. So I'm not my best self today, but so be it. All right, for tips, I have a couple. One is to develop a relaxation routine. So every day when I'm done working out, before I go to the recovery center, I go into the dry sauna. And for some people, this might seem like torture, but I actually have learned to enjoy it. I stay there about 20 minutes on weekdays and Saturdays, and I just stretch while I'm in there and work up a healthy sweat. On Sunday, I do a double time session. So I go to the dry sauna and I'm in there for 40 minutes and I really sweat. And I do some extended stretching, so even more stretching than I would do during the weekdays or Saturday. And I found this to be a very relaxing routine, something that just kind of calms me. I'm still doing some recovery type activities like this on my days off, but it just calms my mind. And so I found it to be something that I enjoy. The next tip is related to that, which is to correlate activities. So when I'm in the sauna, I mentioned I'm not just sitting there sweating, I'm actually stretching. I have a pretty long list of stretches that I do, and it usually takes me anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes to do them. And then on Sunday, I actually do stretching about twice as long as I would on any other day. So I correlate those activities. It's an efficiency thing. But then I also correlate them in a different way. So I like contrasting things. So for example, on Sunday, when I get out of the dry sauna, I will get into a cold shower and take a real cold shower. It's not just a quick one. I'll actually wash everything pretty much and clean up for the week. So I like the hot-cold contrast. And what's nice about it is you come out of the dry sauna with your body temperature elevated, you're covered in sweat. So by the time you get into the cold shower and cool down, your body temperature returns just about to normal. So when I get out, I'm not shaking, I'm not shivering, and there are no side effects from the cold shower. So these are just a couple different ways that I try to relax and correlate activities so I'm a little more efficient in what I do. For the topic today, I want to talk about debilitating feelings. There's a reason I'm down today and feeling kind of depressed. So I want to talk about that. But my main point is you need to find an outlet for these debilitating feelings, because they're only debilitating if you hoard them and stuff them deep down inside and don't deal with them, and they come out in the wrong ways. So whatever that mechanism ends up being, whether it's prayer, whether it's just vocalizing them to yourself, to someone else, or punching, I don't know, a punching bag, whatever technique you develop, you can't ingest these feelings and hunker down with them inside of you. It will destroy you. It will debilitate you. And so I've come up with a couple techniques. These are mine. They don't have to be yours, but they're just something to consider. One is meditation. I've given some examples this last week of some things, how meditations help me out in the gym. One example, actually they're both kind of related to swimming. One is when somebody's in a lane next to me, I noticed I had the thought which evoked a feeling that I need to compete, right? And I need to speed up or swim longer. Meditating allows me to sort of distance myself from those thoughts and feelings and say, no, not going to do that. The other one was when I warm up, before I get in the pool, I get in the hot tub. And I start to fret about whether my swim lane is going to be taken by the time I get out of the hot tub. And so sometimes I feel this desire to get out of the hot tub too soon before I fully warmed up. And so I meditate and focus on the bubbles in the water and just set a timer on my watch. I don't think about time. And anytime my thoughts veer in the direction of the swim lane and who's going to take it, I bring myself back to the bubbles. It's just a gentle nudge. I'm not like, oh crap, you screwed up. You thought about the swim lane. No, it's just more of go back to the bubbles. So meditation is one way that I deal with thoughts that produce debilitating feelings. Another is what I call mutual therapy, and this is something I do with my wife. It's not, therapeutic in the sense of like I'm her psychiatrist and she's mine. It's just that we care about each other and we know each other really well. We know each other's, you know, better points and not so good points. And so there's not really anything that we can share that we haven't already heard in some form. So it's kind of benign. Anyway, the reason I felt bad last night, and I think I'm feeling a little down today, is because I had to work some on Saturday. I've been working a little bit while I've been doing my full time spinal rehabilitation. I keep stumbling over that word. I don't know why. Rehabilitation. So I had to work a little bit on Saturday to wrap up some loose ends, so I didn't leave people hanging. And I noticed that as I was sitting, I still felt pain. And this evoked some feelings of fear for me, which is, hey, I took all this time off work, 4 months. It's going to be probably a month-long process, 3 to 6, somewhere in that range. I'm going without income. I'm not advancing my career. I'm stressing my employer. What if I get to the end of this whole process and I still feel the pain at the level I'm feeling it right now, which is kind of intolerable. I tolerate it, but it's so distracting that I feel like I can't be productive like I expect myself to be. And what I mean by that is I have to shift positions every 15 to 30 minutes at least, and I'm constantly interleaving hot and cold packs all day long, in addition to giving myself pain pump boosts from my cell phone device that feeds the pump inside my body, that's the drip system, into my spinal cord for a variety of medications. And one of my goals, I guess, is to get past that. I want to be able to work during the day. Not that I don't notice that I have pain, but it's not such a focus. And the thought that this is going to continue after all the effort I'm expending, after making these videos and putting myself out there as someone who can conquer chronic pain, what if I can't? What if it conquers me instead? So it evoked a lot of fear. And so here's how I dealt with that. My initial impression was to do the wrong thing, which is what I always do. Hey, let's go binge on Netflix, right? I like this series called The Expanse, great sci-fi series, by the way. And I started watching The Expanse, and it was just one episode, and then it was 2 episodes. And I noticed I was just isolating myself and kind of getting enmeshed in this fake world. And I decided that wasn't working for me. I knew where that path led. I didn't want to go down that road. And so I came in and I just laid down and hugged my wife and talked to her about what I was feeling. I cried a little bit, shared the thoughts and the feelings, and it did lessen the debilitation, meaning I'm still functioning. I'm making the video, aren't I? I'm making today's video, even though I felt like garbage last night and still don't feel quite right today. But I'm functional, right? I got up, I went and did the dry sauna. I took the cold shower, so I'm still functioning. I'm not at 100%, but I'm still functioning. So I found a way to lessen the degree to which those feelings and thoughts debilitated me. And I'd encourage you to find a mechanism of your own. Feel free to steal mine. And if you find others, again, feel free to share those in the comment section. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Fighting for your life means finding routine and predictable ways to defang debilitating feelings. It doesn't matter what they are, as long as they work for you. I'd encourage you to practice them. And when you find yourself going down well-worn roads that don't work, like binging on Netflix series, however interesting they might be, choose a road less traveled. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.